fellow felines, this is KittyCatPWYarn here, and welcome to a different kind of video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some things I want in Planet Zoo. And I know I'm not a Planet Zoo channel, but I've been playing it quite a bit lately, and I wanted to get some things out into the open, put them into the universe, and maybe they'll come true. So the first thing I want in Planet Zoo is I want a grid all the time. I don't want it just when you select it. And if you haven't played Planet Zoo, you may have no idea what I'm talking about. But you have to select the grid specifically when you want it. It's not always there. You can place things anywhere you want, which is great. But also, I want a grid. I have mild OCD, and I just want to be able to place things where I want to place them, not freely. I want a grid. I'm probably one of the only people that'll say this, but I desperately want a grid because that's just how I am. I want things to look organized, and I want things to look neat, and I want things to look cute. I want a grid. And I know it would probably be a pain in the ass to, access, or just to make it, work properly, but I really want a grid. I want it figured out. I want a grid. And the second thing kind of goes along with wanting a grid, sort of. And a lot of these things are, based off of Sims 4 stuff, I guess you could say. And this next one, I want a room system for barriers. And what I mean by that, I want to be able to build a box with the barriers. Right now, it's great. What you can do is great, but I also want this option. So right now, you click for one point of a barrier, and then you click somewhere else, and it does a straight barrier to that, or a curved barrier, depending on what you selected. And that's fine, but when I try to make a square barrier, or a rectangular barrier, I cannot. Because I make it not the right angle, or whatever, and it's so frustrating, because I just want things to look good, and they don't look good. And I feel like this might be easier to implement than I'm thinking, but I'm not 100% sure, since I'm obviously not a game programmer of any sort. If I was, I would be making more money than I am. Now, this next complaint I have is one that I know many people share. And I know this because pretty much everyone I watch that plays Planet Zoo has complained about this. And this is a better pass system. And like I said with the last one, if you don't play Planet Zoo, you won't really understand. But the pass system is horrible. All the paths are rounded by default, which is frustrating to an extent that I didn't even know I could be frustrated with a game. So there's that problem, and then, trying to connect them sometimes is the worst thing that I've ever dealt with in my entire life. Now, you may think I'm exaggerating, but people that play Planet Zoo can confirm in the comments. Please, if you play Planet Zoo and understand this issue or any of these issues, confirm, please, in the comments. That'd be great. And then I had this issue the other day. And actually, I didn't even go back and, mess with it anymore, because I was over it. I just quit the game, because I was no, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Joining raised platforms to ground paths, or whatever you want to call it, is the actual worst thing I've ever dealt with in my entire life. I'm not kidding, though. It's so difficult. And I've heard two different ways of trying to, fix it or make it easier. And one was go from the ground up, and one was go from the top down. And neither seemed to work for me. So, so I just don't put raised paths anywhere, because I can't connect them. And, that's a problem, because raised viewing areas are the best, and they make good money. So, the fact that I can't figure it out, I'm gonna stop right there, because 2020 is the year of me being mindful, And it's not my fault that I can't figure it out. I know how to do it. I've done it. It's the fact that it's a pain in the ass. There's no easy way to connect them, honestly. And if anyone from Planet Zoo is watching, hi, I don't know why you're watching, but hello. It's a pain in the ass. And I love this game, but that's the one thing where I'm like, I'm gonna quit this game forever. Obviously I won't, but that's the one thing that is making me hesitate to play this game, because I really want to build, but the pass system is the worst. The next thing, like I said, with the room tool kind of thing, is something from The Sims 4, and I would really love to be able to size things up and down. Now maybe not like food stuff or like habitat stuff, but I would really love to be able to size like plants up and down and decorations up and down, because I feel like some of the stuff is like too big. And with like the trees and stuff, they give us like 3 sizes of things, which is great, and I appreciate that. And they're like mild variations of each other, which is awesome. But the decorations specifically are difficult to use. And when I say that, I mean like some of the things are like huge that don't really need to be huge, and then other things are small when they don't really need to be small. And that's really frustrating. And just to tack on to this, I guess I'll add, with the lettering that we have for decorating in game, I would really like different fonts of that. Now, I don't know how you would go about that. Maybe different swatches on each letter, could be a different font or something. But I would really love variation in that also. I don't know if it's coming or whatever, but that'd be great. And I know this is a short video because I don't really have a lot to say. Well, I have a lot to say, but like, I feel like when I'm saying it, I'm just repeating myself. But the last thing is actually something that someone mentioned in a stream. Now, I can't remember, I think it might have been in Renee's stream where Pawsley mentioned it, or the stream that Renee rated. But someone mentioned research rolling over. And what I mean by that, or what they mean, or what I think it to mean anyway, is say you research grizzly bears all the way in one save, and then you open a new zoo and you have to research it again all the way. And that'd be great, but also I kind of understand why it's not that way. And in my head, at least, it's not that the research doesn't roll over because you're hiring new employees. So it's like, oh, well, this person at Zoo 1 is fully trained on grizzly bears, but then you hire someone at like Zoo 3 and they're not fully trained on grizzly bears. It wouldn't make sense, I don't think, for the research to roll over. Like, it'd be cool, but I think the way it is now makes more sense. So, with all of my complaints being voiced and out in the open, out in the air, I think I am going to leave this video here, but I will see you all in the next one. Bye, friends. I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to become a paw parent because I post new videos all the time. And I will see you all in the next video.